our key points. Our role is to protect life and to record. Always be mindful of not keeping people at the landing location, not hindering them in their the decisions that they've made. Be led by the wishes of individuals you're seeking to assist and protect at all times. If in doubt, record either using notes or your camera. And basically kind of overarching, how would you expect to be treated? And it should be the same with me. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, there are a few questions, Maddie. Okay. One of them, which I think you may have answered from Larry and Pete. Do you have guidance on what not to film, i.e. if it could be used against someone seeking asylum or for protecting identity?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the point about trying at all costs not to include faces of individuals when filming. So, for example, someone's being arrested and they are quite, understandably perhaps so aggressive. And if we've recorded that could be used against them. So I think overarching would be attempt to, at all times, not include the individual in the footage.
A question from Kiara, and are we going to give a number? Are we giving a number to people if they need rescue at sea, like alarm phone? No, if they are detained and need legal support. Aren't you working on that, Maggie?
We're working on this flyer. So, like, alarm phone are involved in that conversation as well. Just like, what phone numbers can we give to people in terms of detention? But also there's such a huge problem with people across the country getting any access to solicitors at all. So also looking at what is the most useful information to give people when they land. But also there's a plan to try and disseminate some of that in Northern France as well.
Me and Kim are trying to, we need a trailer and then we're going to try and go to Wales and get this rib.
Yeah.
That's the next thing. But it's actually, we need somebody with a pre-97 license, which is a lot. I haven't got one, to actually tow a trailer that size, but we're trying to figure that out. And we might just put it out on Twitter. Is anybody, well, I don't know. We've got to put in our networks to find somebody legally allowed to tow quite a big trailer. And then we've got a rib, and then we've got a plan to get it in the water, which is,
oh, nice.
The next big thing, really, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry, one sec. First,
no problem.
There's lots of ringing noises.
Oh, how many people are listening to us? How many eavesdroppers have we got?
40. That's fine. That's exactly what we want. Sorry, it's nothing too confidential. Right, here we go, Fred.
No, not really.
There we go. All right. There we go. We're all here. Oh, Nettie says, I've got the relevant license and experience for towing.
I saw that. Okay.
All of us. So we're back. I think mostly everyone's back. Happy days. Glad you enjoyed the sailors. I'm now going to hand you over to the wonderful Fuzz, who is coming live and direct from his van. So Fuzz, over to you.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm going to quickly rattle through a Know Your Rights talk to do with interacting with primarily the police, but also other agencies of the state that we might come across. A little bit of background about myself. I've been involved in human rights and environmental protesting, direct action, 25 years. So, and I've been through the mill of the justice system. And that's what this is based on. So the talk I'm going to give is based on protest, really. Now, spotting and human rights observation don't, not quite the same thing, but there's obviously overlap. I mean, our core activity at the moment, the shore spotting, is not illegal in any way. Pretty much the whole of the land along the Kent coast is footpaths all along the White Cliffs. So anyone can stand there and anyone can look out to sea with binoculars and so on and so forth. So it's not in the same sense as doing a protest or a direct action, but I do think we're probably going to be interacting with the police. Although not specifically a channel rescue thing, we did have somebody was arrested at the demonstration we had at the barracks in Folkestone. So it's always possible. So we've, channel rescue's first arrestee has already kind of happened. And thinking in terms of what we might get arrested for, are breach of the peace, aggravated trespass, which is disrupting a lawful activity on private land. It's entirely possible that some of the beaches themselves along the Kent coast are actually private and not in public ownership. So potentially get arrested for that. Obstruct assault PC, which is a very broad-ranging offence. Obstruct particularly being the offence of stopping a policeman carrying out his or her duty, and or immigration officers. Most likely you're going to be arrested by the police. However, both Border Force and the immigration officers do have the power of arrest. And in fact, there's a case going on at the moment where in Haringey, where some people may know more about this, but in Haringey, some people were conducting an anti-raids protest. They were arrested by immigration enforcement officers. And that's ongoing, I think, at the moment. But these people do have the power of arrest. Okay. So if you get arrested for any of these are the things I think you might get arrested for. If you do get arrested, if you find yourself under arrest, don't panic. You know, the likelihood is if you've been arrested for some of the offences above, you'll be out in under 12 hours, 24 hours max. And I think it's important to say that as an organisation, we'll always do our best to support our arrestees. So if you get arrested on the channel rescue thing, we will have somebody outside the police station. We'll be contacting solicitors on the outside for you. And there'll be somebody waiting, hopefully with a beer and something to eat and a lift home. That's what we will aim to provide.